Hello, 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 and welcome to our gold claim in Haines, Alaska. Now, the last episode you saw me doing the setup for our tier 3, as you can see here. Our shaker, sluice boxes, and trommel and all that. And we went ahead and filled up this bad boy. Basically, it takes that mobile fuel tank you can see in the distance there. If that's filled up 100%, that will fill this bad boy up 100%. So that's basically it. And to refuel our big fuel tank, you just come to the back, click on that, and then you can refuel all that. And you can refuel this. And then since, okay, I hired 2 workers now. Let me quickly go and show you. Workers, these 2, one is on the shaker and one is on the big excavator. I mean, you can always have a small excavator and a hawk pan and pump and all that as well. So, why is nope? Hawk pan pump, hawk pan no pump, hawk pan pump. I don't know why there's 2, but yeah. Okay, so they are assigned. When I get a new worker, I'll assign him or her to that. Oh yeah, before I forget, as you saw, we have 2 new workers. Our previous hand, a right-hand man, Jerry, as we nicknamed him, came to us one evening while we were busy working on our small excavator, and he said that he was in the local tavern or saloon in town, and then this one guy said that we won't be able to pay his weekly or daily wages because there's no gold left on this parcel. And then I told him you can't really listen to all the rumors that you hear in town. They're not always true. And then he said no, he's going to listen to them and get out before he does a day's work and he can't get paid. Then he left. And then we hired a new right-hand man or woman, as you will. But I think she has kind of a sordid and questionable past. It's Candy with a K. And later on we found Stacy. So but there are our 2 workers now, and so far they're doing quite a great job. And then take a look around here. I did a bit of cleaning up and organizing. This is all my hooks, 7, 5, and 4 millimeters. And then back here, stuff that won't be needing anytime soon: generators, water pumps, water splitter, big water pipes and extensions, small water pipes and extensions, electric splitters, big power cables, extender, small extension cable back there, miner's moss, and a grill. And then I parked my big trailer back there, and so on. Now I'm thinking about, okay, that's the basics of what we did since the last episode. What I think to do now is go into town and buy myself a dump truck, because this excavator, to dig around there and then drive all the way up slowly and pour it in there, that will take a lifetime. So now I'm thinking about getting a dump truck, parking that, dumping with the excavator in there, and if we made enough money, to set up a conveyor belt, because if you don't do that, when you get here, you can park your dump truck, but then you still have to unload it with the excavator. If you get the conveyor belt, then you just dump it from a dump truck. But first, let's go into town and get ourselves the dump truck. And we're back to Stephen Batty's heavy equipment shop. Now, the dump truck is back there, but let's take a look at this. So that's basically 100, 55, 54 if you want to be exact. But I'm definitely going to get myself a dump truck. We have 212. Okay, let's add that. Now let's take a quick look at the conveyor. This thing's not that bad, 15,000. Yeah, nothing. But this thing, 120,000. Just for that piece of equipment. But later on, as soon as we start making the big bucks. So let's order that down to 64,000. And just so you know, get that now back on. Well, I did have about 500,000 when I started this tier 3, but I did make a kind of a large loan from the bank. Now the thing is, when you start out, you can loan 1,000, and then that gradually ticks up. And the beginning, if I'm not mistaken, it was the amount of land that you owned basically could be used to raise the amount of loan that you could get. But there's been an update and so on, so it's basically the amount of gold that you mined so far. So the more gold you mine, the higher the loan will get. That's why I did a bit of off-screen, a little bit of off-screen mining. I'm not counting that towards my 1,000 ounce pay date. That's basically the objective of this series. Because that feels like a bit like cheating. It was about 200 ounces in total that I got. Yeah, basically 200 ounces of raw ore that still needed to be melted and all that. So it does feel a bit like a cheat. That's why I'm not counting that towards my final count. I don't see my dump truck anywhere. Let's quickly go and check to see here. Trailer, mobile wash plant, big excavator. Don't tell me I encountered a glitch. Seriously? Seriously. Let me quickly go and park by the tent and go and have a look at the computer. Just to make sure. Okay, transport. Confirm. Didn't I confirm it last time? Ah, there he is. So let's go and get that bad boy. And there, I guess the controls will be the same. It looks like a reticulating dump truck. Let me quickly see. Yeah, it's one of those bad boys. Open the controls. Let's take quickly bed up. Quickly just start this. We can. Wrong keys. We can sort that out later on. All the controls, but okay, yeah, it's basically the same as the rest. So let's go and let's take it. Oh, that's awesome. So let's go and have a drive and get a bit of payload in here. It's just a top speed. Differential lock. So that. I guess I don't really need that now. Those controls there is a bit too small to read. Nah, but I'll try and figure that out now. Okay, I see they fixed this thing that when you go a bit larger screen that will cut off some of your controls, but still I can't really. Okay, I could make out that, but next machine, previous machine. Okay, it's not that. We'll sort that out. But for now, this is awesome. Now I don't really want. The thing is, if I were to mine this out, I'm going to do that anyway. Get that differential lock on. Let's turn this bad boy around. And let's reverse that in. I think that'll be okay. So let's switch this off and get out. Now I'm going to use this excavator, which is basically empty at this stage. Just get the lights on. Going to use this to fill up that dump truck and then go and dump it in there, just to see how much I would get. Otherwise I'll have to take out another loan to get the conveyor system, because I'm kind of a bit, I wouldn't say impatient, but I would get irritated quickly if I have to physically go and unload this again and again and again. So then rather I would get the conveyor belt. Why am I so struggling today? Yeah, so I'm going to use this. Hopefully I don't connect that water pipes. I still need to tidy up a bit here. You can see the fuel tanker there, the magnetite separator there. So yeah, I still have to do a bit of work around here, but that's okay. That's okay. But I'll see you as soon as we get this filled up. So it seems that it takes about 9 to 10 scoops of a big excavator to fill up this dump truck. So that's not too shabby. I'm not sure when you use the conveyor belt how many dump trucks you can fill the conveyor belt with. But yeah, I have to say this is a lot easier at this stage than the small mobile wash plant, because that thing takes quite a lot to fill up just a bucket, so you can use that. Now the thing is, will this be able to get up here? It's basically 7 kilometers per hour. Alright, I guess this obviously will be able to get up here, because let's face it, this is a dump truck for a mining game. I can drive over that extension, that's awesome to know. Now we have to park this and then run back and get our excavator. And I could always invest in another excavator just to use up there, or I can use a smaller one, but it takes about 9 to 10 scoops to fill it. It's gonna take a bit more, I would guess, to oh, I'm the wrong way around. Let me just turn this around. So I think I guess it will take a bit longer because it's a bit more difficult. So I guess I'm going to have to get another loan to pay off basically to get a conveyor belt system, because at this stage I know I'm going to get irritated with this quite fast, having to drive an excavator up and down and all that again. I could always just get another excavator, but then again I'm going to struggle to fill this up. I just know it. So let's get this beast of a burden up there and unload this dump truck and see how much gold we can get. I'm not going to fire or unassign my workers, because let's face it, that's in about 2.5 days you got 3.3 ounces. So that's not really that big a deal, especially with this setup that we have now. Oh, come on, come on, come on. I'm already irritated with this. Let's park that and let's go and start everything up. I might not even unload this entire dump truck before I'm going to the bank, because this is just switch that on. This is just madness. Everything running. Looks like it. So let's dump in this. Don't we fill this up? According to this, it's refueled. Don't know why that's still red, but... Oh, look at the moon! I don't really look up in this game. Okay. Let's start try and fill this up. Yeah, I lost everything there. Now this is going to be difficult. Seriously? Am I going to have to dump this and then work from here? Yeah, that seems to be the issue. You know what? I'm not even going to struggle with this. I'm just going to go ahead, get another loan, because we will be making money like mad in a really short while, so I might as well do that. So let's go ahead and go to the bank, get ourselves another loan, and then get this done, eh? Get ourselves all the equipment we need for the conveyor belt. Switch that off, and let's go ahead and do this. So I think I might have gone a bit overboard with the loan, but then again, we can always pay something back if we have to. Just going to park right there, and let's go and have a look. Just get the flashlight out. Okay, so this bad boy, I have to put that away. Don't waste your time pouring the soil from a dump truck to a shaker with excavator. If you pour it to the conveyor belt's container and turn the belt on, the work will be done automatically. So let's add one of those. That's 15,000. And then conveyor belt. It's a final upgrade of your digging claim. Semi-automated belt of buckets that will transport soil from a container to the shaker. Okay, so I was a bit hasty and went a bit overboard with the upgrades, or the upgrades, the money that we got. Now do we... That's 100, okay, this is 54. Let's go and get to this area, check out and see and transport, and then see how much we have left. I did something bad now. I did something really bad. I guess I have to do a setup again. 137. Question is, do we get this thing? You know what, for now I'm gonna leave that. So let's get everything and let's go back to the claim and see what I messed up with that sluice box. But I can fix that again so that we can get back to mining. And I took my magnetite separator over here, I brought it here about in-game 3 days ago, just to get some of that unloaded, because I thought that I had to do a bit more mining, which I actually did. And then just with one trip, it's basically the trailer costs 5,000, and one full trip you get about 10,000. So basically, it paid for itself with the first run. Doesn't look like I messed anything up. You know what? Let's park and let's get out and go and have a look. Okay, this is the conveyor bucket and belt, and I thought you have to put your flashlight away before you can get in. Let's park this up here. That's fine like that. Let's go and have a look at the system. That's still there. That sluice box is still there. That's still there. Okay, that's fine. Because I didn't confirm it beforehand, that's still there. So I'm going to get everything in place. And then I'll see you as soon as we are finished with that. And I just attached the 7-meter cables and this container. So let's take this over to where it should be placed. Unhook it. Luckily it unhooks itself like all the other things in this game. So let's get this into place. There you go. So now it's just the drive back to get the conveyor belt. And for this bad boy, I'm using the 4-meter cables because the 7-meter cables were a bit too long. The attachment points are a bit high. This is 4-meter cables and it's lifted as high as it can be without tilting the bucket up. So that's why I'm using this. And first connect it to the conveyor belt and then to your excavator. And you have to lower it to the ground right next to it. You can't reattach it from the other side. So that's why I probably use it like that. So I'm quickly going to attach this and then I'll bring it back. I would seriously suggest that if you do this, the conveyor belt, the entire conveyor belt story, then you have to use, instead of a 7/4, use the 5-meter cables. Oh damn. And as you can see there, now my fuel tank's empty. I'm quickly going to get a jerry can and just fill it up enough so we can place that conveyor belt. Then we can do the filling up with the fuel tanker, the mobile fuel thing. Come on. Why are you so difficult? Just want to fill it up enough so we can place this thing. And as I suggested, rather use the 5-meter cables. It's a lot less hassle. Because the 4 meters, like this, it works, but just. And if you move it a bit, then you get a broken rope, as I got here, but now I'm just going to place it back. Just going to lower it. Hopefully this will work. Come on, come on. There you go. So as I suggest, man, do listen to that. It will make your life a whole lot easier. Rather use a 5-meter cables. The 4 meters just long enough, but as soon as you start driving to manipulate a bit more to get it to be able to lift up, then you'll get a rope break, which will give you endless headaches. So rather do that. But I'm going to set this up now and get everything ready, and then we can try this. Now while our excavator is filling up, let's try and do this. Before we start, again, let's start up everything. Just to make sure that this... I guess I have to connect that up, eh? Almost forgot about that. And our excavator is filled up. That's kind of nice. Now the last 2 episodes basically just these kinds of things. Setting up the conveyor belt and the tier 3 system and all that. I know it might be a bit boring for some people, so they might want to basically skip these episodes. But hey, to each their own. Let's move up to this. Now, as far as I can remember, you can get a couple of dump truck loads in before you have to start this. Let's back this up. And let's tip that. Okay, so it's basically one. So I was a bit mistaken. Let's get this bad boy out of the way. And let's go and start this. Okay, that's a bit glitchy. Let's go and start this bad boy up. Because I want to see how this works. Oh, and I'm stuck again. Damn it. Okay, that almost didn't go as planned. But our conveyor belt is working. Woohoo! Probably shaking. Is this thing working? So far, no gold on that side. Probably because I need that, eh? Okay, water's fine now. That thing's fine. Let's just go and make sure that everything here on this side is started. Yep, 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 yep. That thing's working. Do you have a switch? Ah, you need to be connected as well. Nah, I'm going through lots of these derp moments. I guess. Yep. Yep. I guess there's a reason there's 4 large outlets, eh? I might want to switch these around. Okay, that's working quite nicely. So go and let's have a look on this side. And there you go, it started registering. And as you can see, the top right, so far our workers are doing kind of nicely. These were for the... Okay, this is for the larger rocks. For the bit smaller stones, and then this side will be the really small stuff. I have to say, I'm kind of impressed. That thing is working kind of nicely. So it's about 4% per dump truck load. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Now, I got a notification that another person is wanting to work here. So let's go and available. You know what? I'm going to hire you. You are working on a shaker, big excavator, and you will be working on... I still don't know why there's 2 hop pan pumps. Okay, there's no dump truck. I guess you can't be working on that. So let's take... You know what? You can be assigned to that. But guys, this will be the end of the episode. We are basically semi-automated now. And that's a whole lot better using the dump truck than it would be to driving the excavator up and down all the time. So I guess we can say we are big time miners now, or almost big time miners. And I'm going to drive everything down and start working on this again. And I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did, although it was kind of a frustration at times. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one. Cheerio.